not quite sure what's going on there, but a very sunny Zandvoort going into the qualifying, as we do have a full grid of 20 drivers here this evening. As we wait for everyone to just get loaded in, we'll see who the game picks up. As the person we're going to stick on board with for the hot lap.
Yeah, I'm checking right now. Tell me if it's wrong still.
It is still, yeah, it still sounds like
Okay, so we'll be right back on this quality, so you can commentate. Be right back.
Yeah, Neon, the driver that is picked out, apparently dead last right now, but we'll see the timing tower just dance around as it always does, and we'll stick on board with Neon for the time being. He looks like he's in the high tech as we come through the first sector down into turn 4, the first of 2 banked corners. Much less famous than the other one though. And now through these fast 5, 6 and 7. Again, side by side through here in the F1 cars. Not exactly ideal, but in the slower F2 cars, I think it'll be much more possible to overtake through this first section. Now coming through into turn 9, now turn 10. And again, you can just see the speed difference here compared to that of the F1 cars, as Kulmanek is currently leading the charge as we go down the back DRS straight into the braking zone for turn 12. Again, very popular overtaking move. Neon not quite taking all of the inside curb that you can, but still looking like he's on for a strong lap. P7 at the moment for him. And there we go, upping into P5. Very nice exit out of the penultimate corner through turn 15, the final corner. And now to the line, it's going to be P1 for Domi, just snatching it on the line from Kulmanek by 3/10. So not too close. Neon actually jumps into P3, so very nicely done from him. I don't know if we've got a problem here down for Venom and Custom. Custom disqualified, so definitely having a problem, but Venom crossing the line, no damage, so nothing major going on there.
Yeah, now I'm checking. Tell me if it's still wrong, because
That sounds much better. That sounds a little quiet, but
yeah.
I can turn you up. There
Yep.
you go.
So we'll have Domi with these 4 points on this qualifying for Zandvoort, round 5, as we were saying. It's Domi just ahead of Kulmanek, 2 tenths behind. Neon on the high-tech will be the first of the high-tech here on this grid. Eric the Spaniard will be 4th with Welsh Toast, Maka, Wavy, Backrow, Squid, and Moen in this top 10. The top 10 in a gap of 1.2 seconds. And then will be Cheery on the other ART, just on P11.
Yeah, and we've got 10 seconds here. Everyone obviously qualifying on soft dummy. 4 points for that pole position. I'll be very happy with those. But as we go, we'll have to see what everyone's tie combos are. But obviously, there is no formation lap here in F2. As we will get straight to that racing action. But just as everyone loads in, gets those setups dialed in. Obviously, we've opened up the floor for setups for the second season, I guess, for F2. Whereas last season, you had to use the pre-made in-game setups. Alex, how do you think that sort of changes things here for the drivers?
It's very good, because when you can personalize your setups, you can do some tweaks on the suspension, and the car feels like elastic and at the same point stable. The other car was more rigid, was super difficult to turn, because most of the times we were using preset 4, so it was 4 wings, as I think these drivers are on the grid. Unicorn.
Yeah, we got 5 red lights. Again, waiting for a few people, but there we are. We are away then for the first race here, and already Squid getting a nice start. Neon as well. He's lost out to Eric down into turn 1. He's looking around the outside. You can see there. Welsh Toast as well, just trying to find a way through. He's got Maka up his inside though. In the Prima Motorsport car, they're still sides by side through the opening bits of Sector 1 down towards turn 4. You've got Wavy there just trying to force his way through, but he's got Squid on his inside in a BWT. His teammate Moen just behind. Let's switch back towards them. You can see Squid just sneaking in to position. There's a huge train coming down towards the long right-hander of turn 8. And Squid gonna look for a move up the inside, but he's not gonna find it there. You've got
I don't want the gravel. Venom on the gravel, he spun. I think it was out of turn 7 as we have an exchange. Is Wavy and Squid still side by side going to turn 10. Now he has the Trident of back row on the inside trying to have a better exit, but Wavy just spinning on the exit of turn 10. Will be the Carling just on the back row right now.
Back row, Mo and Anska going 3 wide into turn 12. They're not quite where they want to be. Squid already had some misfortune through this corner earlier in the week. He gets back past his teammate, but still behind back row now. Everyone now pretty much up on their starting positions. The top 6 actually haven't changed. They've all reformed into their starting positions, and all of this battling has cost these drivers outside the top 6 a huge amount of time. Moen now looking up the inside of his teammate. Shiri has a great view of this, and Moen darts back. He doesn't want to go for the move, and that's cost Shiri here. Psycho up the inside picks up P10. And Rosie just behind as well. He's having a battle of his own. We've got Williams side by side with him going into turn 4 a little bit later on the brakes. There's not huge amounts of room for the SMP car, but he's got the traction he needs. And that's very nicely done from him.
Yeah, now it's Rosie who will be vulnerable to the attack of Seizures. Seizures trying to go around the outside of turn 7. He has to yield and almost hitting the front of Microlander, who has to avoid the contact and goes to the gravel trap. He'll lose a lot of time doing this action. But it's still, these drivers very, very close, battling for 13th position, as well as 12th position. As there's a spin, I think it's Domi is the leader.
It's 4-door sedan, he's spun as well, but where is Domi? He's falling.
Domi spun, as well as Wavy on turn 10, on last lap, as we have an exchange, as the leader was falling. So P16, there's the dive from Custom on turn 11, almost losing the rear after touching the side pod of Seizures. Will be Seizures maintaining the place on the high tech just behind Rosie. So we have an exchange of leaders. Neon now leading half a second ahead of the Carlin of Cool Manic Unicorn.
Yeah, very, very dramatic opening few laps here, and it doesn't look like it's going to end as DRS gets enabled for the first time this race. Here goes Seijos again. He looks up the inside of Rosie.
Cool Manic.
Well, there he goes. Custom. He's looking Cool Manic. Where is he?
Cool Manic spun.
He's off well into the middle of the track, and he's managed to get that turn around, but very, very unfortunate for him. Back on board with Rosie and Custom. Rosie still ahead in P12 for the time being, but he's still got the Trident all over his gearbox here as they come down into turn 8. Can Custom just find the exit he needs? He's not going to get it. You can see just how balanced these cars are. And it's a joy to see, but here he goes now, looking up the inside into turn 10, much later on the brakes of the Trident. Has he got that Universiosi? Rosie spun. That is not what he needs to be doing, and there's a lot of damage on that front wing.
Yes, here joins it 4-door sedan and Cool Manic battling. He still has a car. I think it was the Microlander, but it's, I think, an AI after he disconnected. Let's say because Custom will be losing the rear on turn 10 again. It was 2 times, and 4-door sedan and Cool Manic still battling. Cool Manic will be down the inside of turn 11 on the campus racing, but the Carling with more traction going around the outside, doing the long way around. He will have the move done here before the main straight.
Yeah, very, very nicely done for him. Looks like the battle for P2 has livened up a little bit. Meanwhile, Neon absolutely tearing away with it up at the front, and Welsh Toast actually has a bit of damage here, Alex. He's missing that front right end plate, so he won't be too happy about that, as there is a car to the side. I do believe that's Venom there, who's all the way down at P-Last.
Eric Span on the exit of turn 4. I think he has damage. The campus racing will be going down on this tower. I think Psychos, well, no, I think it was the other dams of Venom.
Oh, Domi, Seijos there side by side coming down into turn 8, and well,
look at Seijos going around the outside as Venom is got disqualified after parking on a dangerous part of the track. Domi will have the move on his teammate. No, I think no, it's not his teammate. It's the ART ahead of the high-tech car. He's just looking for a gap on this Williams. Will be on Williams, who's driving for Prema. So it will be Domi trying to find the gap here in turn 11. I don't think he will have it. He will have to wait for the main straight, and he's closing the gap on this sector 3 Unicorn.
Yeah, very, very close driving. Domi wanting to get back up into some higher points positions after that spin has cost him all the way down to P10, and well, he's on these soft compound tyres. There's a lot of position gain changes, but let's have a look at the tyres, see who is on what. Most drivers opting for the softs. Only 3 drivers started on the Macca and Welsh Toast. They've exchanged for the lead. for P2, sorry. Maka now up into P2 in the Prima, finally taking advantage of the damage on Welsh Toast. Meanwhile, Domi still battling it out with Williams, and Williams now down into P10 in the SMP racing car. Domi now P9 behind his teammate, 2.2 seconds. It looks like Dark might have had an issue. He's been overtaken by Custom. And now he's getting looked at around the outside by four-door sedan. A very nice move from the Campos racing car. Can he make it stick? He can! What a brilliant move. Dark has had a connection issue. He has left the session. So very unfortunate to see that. Meanwhile, back up at the front, things have calmed down just a little bit, Alex. And I think we've finally got time to catch our breath a bit.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you on Discord. It's super weird. I'm listening you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, now. Yeah, now. Yeah, I was hearing you through the stream, but I was talking, I think, alone because I was having no response. But yeah, meanwhile, Dark having the disconnection, very unlucky for him. Vordorstein will take that 15th place. So we have battle, I think, for this podium. We have the Charus of Welsh Toast and the Trident of Backrow. I think Backrow almost diving. He will go to the outside trying to avoid contact on this back part of the Charus car. And right now the truck is very calm. I think Squid and Moen are very close. And as well as Chiri, who lost the rear, and his teammate will be overtaking him down to the bunker corner. So we will see, because Domi has to do the comeback after the spin he had on lap 2.
Yeah, no damage for Chiri, so a little bit of a saving grace for him. And he'll be happy with that in the ART, but obviously still not ideal for either of the two. Back row, meanwhile, looking at Welsh Toes, the two teammates going side by side. Can he find it around the outside and maybe the switchback out of turn 11 down onto this straight. DRS enabled for back row. Looking around the outside for turn 12 a little later on the brakes, and he's found the move. Can he hold it? It looks like he can through turn 13. And a very, very well executed move from him. But he's lost a significant amount of time to Maka ahead. 2.2 seconds is the gap from second to third. So these two Trident cars have got a little bit of catching up to do.
Yeah. As Mag is 6.5 behind Neon. Neon has a comfortable gap. Let's see if he can keep it there clean on track. As we have an exchange between teammates, it's Squid and Moen going almost side by side. I think Moen tried to move, but Squid defended well out of turn 1. So we will see, because these drivers have been, since the beginning of the race, very close.
Yeah, Squid making his return to F2. Moen, a veteran, picking up a podium for the first time last week. Very happy with that one. As we've got another bit of a problem. Looks like Custom into the wall out of turn 1. Very, very unfortunate for him. But a lot of these drivers, Alex, not quite liking the F2 cars here around Zandvoort. And, well, we saw a few spins in F1, but this is something else.
Yeah, more difficult to control. The gas, it's super easy to lose it. Normally at the beginning when you put throttle, and as well as the last part of the pedal is very unstable as well, so you have to short shift or be patient on gas. So yes, that's this is the consequences after putting too much throttle down, and turn 1 is a very easy place to spin the car.
Yeah, and everything really settling down now. A lot of this grid spaced out. Squid actually hunting down Welsh Toast. Welsh Toast really not doing well with that damage. Is Squid going to be able to take advantage? Well, there goes Welsh Toast into the pit lane. Moen follows as well. Psycho not going to take the bait. Looks like he was trying to juke Domi into putting there, but Domi, he's experienced here in the F2 field as well. He will not be taking his chances in the pit lane. He will not be following them in. He is obviously the organizer of this. Big shout out to him. And as well, while we've got this little bit of quiet, but it is Eric looking at the rear of Siege, just I think through turn 1. They're not too close for the fight, but still the closest battle on track right now, I do believe, is between Sijos and Eric in the Campos behind him. So excellent opportunity as well to thank everyone for watching along at home, and a big shout out as well to our partners, Next Level Racing. Be sure to check them out if you're looking for a sim rig. Exclamation mark NLR in the chat. Alex there demonstrating just how well easy that is. But yeah, if you're looking for a sim rig,
Domi, sorry for interrupt. It was Domi trying to move on Psycho on turn 11. He put it the put the wheel on the inside curb. We know how stable that curb is, and he almost spun on the same place as he did on lap 2, but still catching the car. Sorry to interrupt, Unicorn, but that was the action as Neon goes to the pit, and we have a yellow flag. I think it was Dark or Rurzy, actually.
Yeah, Rosie, again, another mistake through Sector 1. It looks like Cool Manic now might find a bit of pace for Williams in for P8. They are literally so close. Coming out of the final corner, you can see a lot of the front runners pitting, but not these two. Cool Manic looking for the inside down into turn 1, and he's found it. Can he just about hold it off? And, well, he's not going to have to. Williams has just completely misjudged the braking zone and flies off into the gravel trap, dropping to Cedros and Eric as well. Everyone else hopping onto the medium compound of tyres for the final 10 laps of the race. And I think Psycho is going to come out in a little bit of traffic. He has got Mo and there side by side as they come out of the pit lane. He tries to shove it on the inside, but there's not enough space, just not patient enough. Dan Tixton's car goes pointing into the wall, manages to keep it out, gets on the brakes early enough, but that is super unfortunate. Straight out of the pits, he could be in P12 right now, but impatience for 11th means he's down in 14th.
Yeah, totally. It was a moment of impatience for the Dams driver, as we have an exchange. Well, it was, I think, the AI of Mirkolander pitting. But yeah, we have here the drivers who has new tires and fresher compounds. Like we have Wilstost here just on the back of Squid. I think he's trying to go for a move, as we have as well Eric very close still on the back of Jesus. But yeah, we have to point that Eric has damage after the spin he had on turn 4, as he almost loses the car again. Back row right now pitting for a new set. I think will be for these hards, these mediums, the yellow wall compound.
Yeah, Alex, I want to get your opinion on someone. Shiri right now up in P1 on the starting mediums. We could see him go for softs to the end, and depending on where he comes out after the pit stop, that could be a very powerful strategy.
Sorry to interrupt, but Neon lost the car as Caesar and Eric will be overtaking him just after turn 1. But yeah, talking about Chiri and his strategy, now that we have Neon just doing that mistake, I think he didn't lost the net leader, but still, sorry, the net lead, but still Chiri, with a pit stop to do, will be folding this timing tower, but I don't know where he will finish, and then he will have new softs, and we'll have to go to the end. But yeah, on a better and faster compound on this last stint.
Yeah, well, after that mistake, Neon is sporting a fair chunk of damage on the left-hand side of that front wing. He will not be happy. It's not just an end plate. There is at least one, if not two foils missing as well. So super unfortunate for Neon, who was so dominant in the early stages of this race. Meanwhile, Domi is catching up with Moen on the back straight. Moen has dropped off his teammate Squid. He's now got Welsh Toast in between the two, but you can see Domi there just dancing all over the gearbox. Moen, a little bit of a slide coming out of turn 13. Domi looking for a way past, but you really can't get through in this final sector, not with a run as just normal as that. As here we go, Cool Manix into the pit lane, but Domi, DRS wide open, slipstreaming Moen straight down into the inside. Moen, a very respectful driver. He's not going to give Domi any problems overtaking through there, and he knows that he just needs to try and find a way back past it when he gets DRS himself. Meanwhile, Neon, after that spin, still trying to put pressure on Eric, take that position back. He's in the high tech, and, well, the Campos Racing car will be feeling that in his wing mirrors.
Yeah, as both have damage on the same place. I don't know if Neon has major damage. I think they have the same portion of damage. Probably, actually, Eric probably a little bit less, it seems.
Rosie, Dark and Wavy 3 wide into turn 1, and, well, Rosie takes the pair of them. Dark and Wavy still side by side. Wavy already having done one race around here, reserving in the APAC division in the Racing Point now. In P16 in the Carlin.
Yeah, very close between Dark, Wavy, and Custom. I think Custom just pitted a few laps ago, so we'll see. I will see everyone on this grid on the mediums. The top 3 will get rid of them, I think, probably on this lap, but at least soon. So we will see where they land, as we have Maka super close off the back of Neon, both with DRS, but will be Maka trying to go to the inside. Neon covers the inside line. We'll see if the Prema can do the switchback. It seems like he can do it. He will try to out traction Neon, but it seems like the high-tech car will be ahead at the moment, but seems like Maka has more pace, Unicorn.
Yeah, and Neon with that damage, he's doing very well to hold off Maka there, and I wonder, with this pace, he could just take this to the end, I think, judging on how well he's managing it. He doesn't seem to really be faltering. He's kept the pressure up on Neon. You know, he wants as many points as he can from this first race. He can right the wrongs in and pick up a few more points in the next race, but right now, he's doing very, very well with that amount of that. It's not just an end plate. If it was just an end plate, it wouldn't be as impressive, but he's missing more than just an end plate. I think he's doing very well as a result of that to keep things moving here.
Totally agree with you. He has a lot of damage. Probably it's orange on the scale of, we know how it works, but almost touching the back of Eric. We will see, because I think there's a spin. I think it was Moen probably losing the car on turn 11. As I think Kulmanik is approaching to him.
Yeah, Gulmanik is much closer than he was. Chiri finally pits out of the lead. Is P2 going to follow him? Eric coming down, and we've seen him under a lot of pressure. He's not going to pit again. So he's choosing to stay up, but here goes Neon to the outside. Damage on that high-tech. Can he find the traction? He needs a little tap to the rear. The Prima of Maka gets squeezed into the pit wall, and that's going to open up him for back row. Back row having a look, but the Prima just about closing the door in time to avoid the overtake. So no one exchanges, but you've got to say it's a surprise that they didn't, because these guys are all bunched up so close. Squid and Domi now have joined the party as well in 5th and 6th, and this train is going to go all the way to the end.
Yeah, oh, and Domi touched the back of Squid. I think he didn't expect the BOWT to break that match on that fast right-hander. So will be Domi. I don't know if he has damage. I don't think so. With the spin and losing almost 8 seconds to where he was, as well as I think as well. No, never mind. I think they are battling for position as we have back row. We have a DRS train. Eric trying to go for an uppercut for Chiri, but Chiri is still on P10 and will be gaining time after this train. So we'll see where Chiri lands, because he will have more pace, as we know, on the soft compounds, Unicorn.
Yeah, Eric's leaving it really late here, yet to come into the pits. Gotta say, I'm expecting it this lap right now into the pit lane. Everyone's gonna follow him for that slipstream, but there he goes, pitting out of P1. He is gonna drop like an absolute stone, based upon where Chiri was, but still a huge battle for the lead here. Neon still managing to cling on to the lead despite the monumental damage to his front wing right now. He has got a very hungry looking Prima just behind him in the form of Maka 750, and then back row as well. Currently in the podium positions, but a bit of a snap coming out of turn 4. That's going to open the door for Squid, and Squid is not going to be asked twice. He is going to come through. They're side by side coming now through turn 7 into turn 8, and Squid up the inside. A very nice opportunistic move. He's managed to get his BWT into the podium positions. Can he stay there? He's got 5 laps to hold him off for.
That was beautiful.
There's a slow back marker there, and Squid's had the same problem back row had to open up the door for the inside, but back row is spinning. That's so unfortunate. The back marker of Michael trying to get out of the way. You can see Welsh Toast there goes through in the other side.
And Domi has to avoid it, losing a lot of time. He had to break, and Kulmanik will take the place as well, but we'll see if Kulmanik can do the run on Domi, and I think Domi goes defensive on turn 12. Unicorn, we'll see, because the Carlin car will have the place. He's on the top 5 right now. It's Kulmanik just taking the place on Domi after the mistake of back row, trying to be a little bit impatient on that overtake on the BWT. As we have exchange on the leaders, it will be Maka with the DRS and slipstream going to turn 1 and trying to do this move. We'll see, because Maka almost losing the rear, and Neon trying to hold there because the damage is costing a lot of time for this high-tech driver.
Yeah, Domi and Kulmanik. Domi still holding on for P5 at the time being, and they're doing a beautiful dance here, just exchanging and defending, and it's a lot of battling going on. Moen now, he's fending off the fast mover of Shiri. Shiri on these fresh softs, really trying to make up as many points, at least wants to get into that top 8 for the reverse grid. We'll have to see how well he can do. He's dancing all over the rear of this BWT right now, but he's not finding a way past. We've got to look on with Squid, though. He's side by side with Neon for P2. The damage on that high-tech is really starting to go and bite him, and he's understeering. I don't think it's his fault, but he's squeezed Squid off of the track. Shuri's up into P8.
Lifted.
Yeah, he's letting Squid by. Great sportsmanship from Neon. He knows what's happened there. He's just understeered and squeezed Squid off, and he knows that's not exactly ideal, but nothing he could do given the damage that he's sporting. Meanwhile, Squid's teammate Moen is running into the rear of Shuri. He's just absolutely sent him sliding into the gravel trap. That is super, super unlucky. I think he really misjudged his braking there. And Moen has received an end plate loss for that.
Shuri, yeah, we'll have to do again the comeback. Probably a little bit overheated these softs on the rears. But yeah, again, he had the pace. He was trying to climb on this time tower, but we'll have to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. There really is not a lot you could do when someone comes into you at that sort of speed. Meanwhile, Kulmanic's still looking to try and get back past Domi. He's got a penalty to his name, and a few of these drivers do have penalties. Let's have a little look at what we've got in terms of penalties. 3 seconds for Kulmanic, 5 for Psycho. I can see him drop a couple of places at the end of this race. And then down at the bottom, 5, 3, 5, and 8 seconds apiece.
Sorry to interrupt, but we have Custom, and I think it was Dark, yeah, they were battling. Custom on the outside with DRS and Slipstream. It seems like an easy overtake, but yeah, will be the Trident driver of drive by Custom, going to P16. Not the best race for him, but still doing some exchanges. So we have Voiby who lost the control of the car, or it seems like, on the exit of turn 5.
Yeah, everyone's sort of struggling. We've only got a few laps left, and tyre wear will start to be feeling just a little bit worse. I think that everyone here will be okay in terms of tyre wear. I don't think anyone's going to be in puncture territory, but still, you always get this feeling of degradation when you're driving towards the end of your stint. The tyres not feeling as fresh as they once were, and that can really impact how things go. Meanwhile, Psycho trying to defend from Cjust. Cjust DRS slipstreaming down the start-finish straight. Looks to the outside. Psycho's covering that inside line, but it's softs versus mediums, and Cjust around the outside. Very nicely done. He just needs to get past Moen for P8 to get pole position in that next race, and well, he's got a couple of laps to do so, so I don't think it's impossible here. But there it is, but it is now, because Cjust a huge snap and a huge spin. And that is going to see him well and truly out of the points.
Yeah, definitely. I think he didn't lose any portion of the front wing. Luckily, oh yeah, he did. He did, definitely. He has, I think, the same exact damage as Neon, but on the other side of the front wing. Probably will not cost that much time, because you don't need that much downforce on the right end plate, but still, it will be massive for his pace, as we have, I think it's Domi super close. Well, not that super close, but still on the DRS zone of Wellstows. We'll see, because we have 2 laps to go, as these drivers will cross the line in a few seconds. So I think it's the only battle we have.
Yeah, Cherry as well might just be able to catch Psycho, but I don't think he's going to get Moen in this time. It's really not looking like he's got the pace that he needs, but the penalty for Psycho, it's 5 seconds. Cjust's spin will retain Psycho into the points for this first race, but I don't think it's going to do anything else, as sure he really needs a miracle. He needs something to happen to Moen, but Moen's not battling anyone, so it seems unlikely.
Look at Domi, he's super close at the back end of Wellstows. I think he will be lifting here on turn 8 to not touch the Charus driver. They're super close, and Domi will go to the inside on this fast right-hander. He'll have the place, and he's up to P4. The AEDT driver, as Kulmanik, will try to do the same on these few laps.
That was a smooth move, one of the best I've seen all week long here around Zandvoort. Kulmanik picks off Wellstows as well. I don't know if Wellstows is sporting damage. He is, yeah, he's missing a right end plate, but my goodness, was Domi's move beautiful. That was really, really good racing from him. He knew he had to lift off going into turn 8, and then to get a switchback like that, that is everyone's dream as a driver, to make moves as good as that one, and he'll be very happy. And he might even be able to get Neon here. Neon with the damage as they come through. They're on the penultimate lap. They'll almost be on the final lap. You can see their leaders have crossed. Neon pulls to defend the inside line. Domi with DRS just absolutely breezing by into P3. He's back on the podium. It's been a very up and down race, almost a touch between the two, but Domi now back on the podium, and Kulmanik, he might try and get Neon for track position, but it won't mean much in terms of the penalty.
Definitely, Kulmanik I think it was 5 seconds for speeding, but I'm not really sure about that. So we will see because he will be losing a lot of positions as Neon just yields and lets leaves Kulmanik go through. Sorry for my English, but yeah, Wellstos I think with the damage as well, he will not be able to catch, but probably back row will try to do a move on this final lap as I think Maka has this clear, but not enough because Squid is still on his zero zone. But if he doesn't mess up, this sector 3 should be good to the line.
I think Neon wanted to try and nab some DRS of a Gulmanic, but fell off way too quickly. So, interesting to see him let him buy in that nature, but yeah, well, it didn't cause any problems to anyone, so it's not really going to be an issue here. As like you said, back row close to the rear of back row's close to the rear of Welsh Toast, but I don't think there's going to be a change. But there we go. Maka picks up P1 Squid, P2 Domi. Very reaving across the line. Kulmanek picks up P4, but he gets overtaken by Neon and Welsh Toast based upon penalties. Back row picks up P7. Moen. He's going to come home in P8, but behind Psycho and Shiri, they're going at it tooth and nail. And it is going to be P8 for Moen. Shiri picks up P9 ahead of Psycho with that penalty. Eric gets P10 as well because of Psycho's penalty, dropping him down to 11th place. Sejos will cross in 12th. Williams in 13th. And four-door Sedan, he comes around the final corner. He will pick up 14th place here. Custom will pick up P15. Rosie.
Yeah, Dark and Rosie as well. The Virtuosi not having the best race. I think both had a spin, so not very lucky for them. Webby as well. I think 2 spins he had on this Carlin car, so not the best act for him. And Microlander, I think it was his AI who crossed the line as he was lapped. But yeah, Domi, very good comeback after spinning on lap 2, so he will be happy about that, I think.
I think a lot of these drivers will be happy with what's happened. Wavy now trying to get Rossi on the line. And he might just have him. I don't know who finished ahead of who, but I'm pretty sure Rossi will get it regardless. He picked up P17. I do think they were battling for 17th place. We'll just have to wait and see. Squid picks up driver of the day in his return to F2. Let's have a look and see who was where, who's picked up what, and what that reverse grid is going to be like for the sprint race. So don't go anywhere, anyone. But there we are. Maka, not a stranger to the podium here in F2. The Prima Motorsport driver. He's here very regularly driving that car, and well, proving that practice pays off, because there he is up on that top spot, the Welsh driver.
Totally. A Maka driver who, yeah, we're familiar of his face there on the podium. I think not the first time he wins a race. I think actually he won one on the last week. But yeah, we have Maka on first place collecting that 25 points, just ahead of Squid, only 1 second behind, but very close at the last stage of this race. 18 points for the Brit. And we have Domi after the comeback, just dropping out of pole position. Neon as well with damage, trying to nurse it to the end, while Stoss will be collecting that last spot of the P5 positions. We have Kulmanik as well, back row, Moen, Chiri and Eric, both Spaniards going on the top 10. And Eric collecting the fastest lap, so we'll have 3 points on his record. So we have Psycho just missing the points because the 5-second penalty. Jesus, Williams, 4-door sedan, Custom, Dark, Rurzi and Wavy just on the classified, as Microlander was lapped 1 time, though he was disconnected, and Venom just DNFing, I think, on the exit of turn 5.
Yeah, very, very good race to kick things off here, but don't go anywhere. We will be having a sprint race to follow the feature race as always here as part of the F2 action every Sunday. I'm Unicorn, joining as always by Alex Bello. It's Misfits Racing League. We have F1 action all throughout the week, so make sure you're in our Discord and go and check out our YouTube for all race replays and highlights, as well as Next Level Racing, who make excellent. I think Dark there was holding our lobby up a little bit. He's got some sort of connection issues, but don't forget to check out Next Level Racing for some awesome sim racing hardware. But I think we are loading in for the sprint race.
Yeah, I really hope it works. We don't have to redo the lobby, something that's normally sometimes usual when we have a disconnection of this kind. I don't think Dark will be able to drive on this sprint race, unfortunately.
Well, he's been having connection issues, but he has closed his game, and that does seem to have just kicked things into gear. We've got 10 seconds until the sprint race starts once more, and it's shorter, no mandatory pit stop. We didn't see a safety car or a VSC in that first race. A lot of clean racing, just a few drivers spinning here and there, but no retirements as well. So, very nice stuff from this F2 grid as we've got 3, 4, 5 red lights here. And we are underway again. Moen on pole position, getting a pretty nice start, it would seem. Let's have a look. And who is that? Domi having an absolutely rocket launch off the start. Already up 2 places. Past Neon, past Welsh Toast. Neon gets past Welsh Toast as well. Domi picks up another position. This time it's Kulmanik who's come victim. And Kulmanik's going to have a lunge up the inside into turn 4. Can he hold it? He's gone into the rear of back row. And that is going to cost the guy in Yuki Tsunoda's car, and yeah, he's going to squeeze by back row, but he's not quite got the speed. He's still battling with Kulmanik as well. Kulmanik looking around the outside into turn 8. Is Kulmanik going to lose out to Neon? Neon at the inside. This is a very brilliant opportunistic move as well, and he's picked off Kulmanik 2, and Squid in P7 isn't too far off the rear of this, as he's going side by side with Welsh Toast through turn 10. Not quite fighting the move though, but what an opening start to the race, and it's not over yet. There's still a lot of cars side by side.
Yeah, look at Eric. Around the outside, he was trying before this second back straight, but Will Scissors, I think, spinning and losing positions. So we have here on the S section of the lap a little bit of, well, a lot of drivers on the same place as we have a spin. I think it was Venom losing the car. I think touching with the car of Dark on AI, so will be very unfortunate for him after this start.
Yeah, Williams just lost an end plate as well, tapping the rear of Eric, but here goes Squid. Maka side by side, podium sitters in the first race, but here they are side by side through turn 1. Squid looking up the inside, trying to defend P7, but it's not going to be enough to hold back the Prima Racing driver. He is blasted past into P7 and really showing his class here this evening.
Yeah, definitely, as we have all the drivers super close. Squid, I think he doesn't want to lose that place as he's still super close, and he will tap the rear of Mackay, and he saves it. What a save! What a save from the BWT driver. Squid will have still the car on track. I don't know if he has damage, doesn't seem like. And Shiri will take P8, but amazing save for the Brit.
Yeah, behind them, Eric and Psycho side by side, and who's going to come out on top here? It looks like Psycho in that Dams car is just about to stay ahead, but Customs on the back of this as well. He's looking to try and pick up a place depending on either of these guys make a mistake. Eric, we were very, very optimistic on the inside. There's Kulmanik split across the track. Customs found a little way through, but Eric not putting on the brakes. Has spun round Custom, and that's a lot of cars collected in a lot of places, but my goodness, a lot of cars caught up in that one. Maka is up into P6 now after that whole kerfuffle. Meanwhile, for the lead, Moen's under pressure from back row, and Domi's here as well. Back row up the inside, and there's a spin as well. He's been collected by Domi. Welsh Toast and Neon, they've both found a way through. I don't know if Domi's got damage from that. It doesn't look like he has. He might have a little scuff on the wing, but no visible damage at the moment. But what a lap that was.
Yeah, it was super intense. As we have as well, I think Scissors still closing the gap on back row. Sorry, and Scissors will try. He's trying to find find a move on turn 7, turn 8, but we'll see, because I think Williams has damage or some kind of issue there on the fast right-hander downhill. So we will see, because Scissors, I think it's kind of trapped behind these two drivers. Back row as well. We know he has the pace to do it, as I think back row is just having some kind of connection issues probably.
Well, there goes.
At least on my screen.
Sijos around the outside, and yep, there is a big snap of lag, and like you said, Williams missing a left end plate, so he could be pretty vulnerable here as well. Looking forward, the Spaniard, Chiri, he's looking at Maka, who's got damage. Maka, the race winner in the feature race, he's supporting damage. Chiri in the ART, looking to go at the inside of the last corner. Maybe needs to be a little bit more patient, wait for the DRS down towards turn 1. And DRS is enabled for him as they fly down towards someone. He needs to be careful that he doesn't open up the door for Psycho. Neither one making the move yet. See Josh Williams, they've exchanged, but is Shiri going to find the exit he needs here for P5? It doesn't look like it's going to be right now. Let's have a look what's happening to Wavy. He's battling Rawsey. We've got Cormanic, see Josh. What's happened to the high-tech? Again, just everyone, yellow flags popping up left, right, and centre. There's so much actually going on track here, Alex, and it's hard to know where to put the cameras right now.
Yeah, so Chiri is still super close after the exit of the banquet corner. It's Maka defending just in the split of Sector 2, but yet Chiri is still trapped on the back part of this Prema car. But as well, we have the two leaders. I think it's Domi will try to go for a move down the S section of the Audi section, but still Domi braking a little bit late, not tapping the rear of Moen, but probably Neon, I think he tapped. He had the notch with the part of Domi on the back part. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Psycho and Shiri have just touched a little bit as well, but everyone's still travelling along, going in the right direction. It's what we love to see. Most of the part clean racing here. A few unfortunate incidents have collected a few drivers here, but here we go. Can Domi get the lead now? He's got the lead, but can Moen hold on to P2? He's lost the lead. Can he hold on? He's got Neon on his outside. The BWT driver just trying to squeeze Neon as much as he can, but I don't think he's going to find it. He wants to finish on the podium 2 weeks in a row. He's still in the podium positions, but he's just gone from first to third in a very, very short amount of time.
Yeah, it will be tragic for him as he will lose the lead once again. I think he lost it as well on last week. But we have still Chiri not able to overtake the Prema car. But Eric trying to go around the inside, down the inside of Psycho. Psycho holding the place on P7. Look at Chiri, super close. I think he will go for a move. No, he just lines back of the Prema driver. So we'll see if he tries to do the switchback as we have a spin. I think it's Venom. Chiri still holding. On the outside, we have yellow flags on Sector 1, Sector... Yep.
Very unfortunate battling it out. And Customer Cormanic as well. And yellow flags popping up left, right, and centre. But still, most people able to keep themselves doing just as well. Chiri almost getting close.
Custom had a tap on Cormanic, almost spin him and himself as well. But we'll see. Because we have Chiri and Psycho just on his back trying to go for a move, and we have a train here.
Yeah, all of these drivers just super, super close. There's these pockets of races everywhere on track, and you always see it, and it's what makes these races so exciting. Here goes Cormanic, a little bit of contact with Williams, I think, down into turn 1, and that could open up the door for Custom if he can get a look in. And remember, only the top 8 will score in this race, so... Cormanic holding on to that final point scoring position. I think the damage is forcing him a little wide through turn 4, but Custom not just quite finding the grip through the inside to get the move done on the injured Carlin ahead of him. But this race is just so tight. Meanwhile, the battle for 5th still very much alive. Chiri hopping a curb, trying to find a way past the Prima Motorsport. Maka still doing exceptionally well with the damage. And now the Dams of Psycho looking at the inside of turn 10, not finding it there. But my goodness, has this race been action-packed from start to finish, and we've still got about half of the distance to go. Custom and Cormanic, they've exchanged positions. Venom's decided to call it quits in the pit lane. Ford Sedan looks like he's struggling through Sector 1, as does Sijos.
Yeah, Maka placing the car perfectly to not lose that P5 of us. We have Neon on DRS on Domi. Domi goes defensive on turn 1. We will see what the high-tech driver can do around the outside. We will see if he can get more traction. He's alongside the ART. We will see now on this S section trying to hold on the inside is Neon. We will see if Domi can do the switchback. He has more traction after that banquet turn. He's still side by side. We will see now on this flat out section. Then later they have to lift a little bit here on the right hand corner. Still side by side these two drivers, and will be Domi holding P1 still, Unicorn.
Yeah, well, Psycho's just crashed out as well. Shiri has finally got past Maka, but what racing we are seeing from these drivers. Psycho is really losing out here. He's had to stop for so many drivers, but so many battles are going on. Domi's done very well to pick that position back, but you saw Neon go for a really good attempt around the outside of turn 1. It's such a powerful exit out of that corner, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him try it again here in the remaining 6 or so laps that we do have left here around Zandvoort. But Domi, just amazing exit out of turn 4, allowed him to go side by side through the rest of sector 1 into turn 8, where he just picked back the position. Very, very nice racing from Domi in that high-tech car, or the ART, sorry. It's Neon in the high-tech behind him. But into turn 1 they go again. Neon not close enough.
Wellstost going to P3. Moen will be dropped to P4. So it's an exchange here on the podium, but Moen still on the outside. It's the same move as Neon did on Domi, but I think Moen still, finding the gap to put the car there on the inside. Still, Wellstost trying to go for the better traction, but will be Moen on the BWT holding the podium still, Unicorn.
Well, he's tasted the podium once last week. He'll looking to repeat that win for him there. Obviously, P3, I think it was last week. It looks like P3 will be the best result he can muster this week as well. But for him, the podium would be so brilliant. He's here almost every week in that BWT, and he's really putting up a fight here for P3 once more. Can he hold? Neon's out!
What happened? I actually lost it. We'll have... Oh, it's a virtual safety car. So we'll have the POV of Chiri just going there. Yeah, I think he lost it on the wall on the inside, as we have some debris just on the inside part of that section of the track. And he broke the suspension, I think. Yeah, definitely. It's terminal damage for the high-tech driver.
Well, Moen now much better in shape to get the podium, regardless of whether Wellstost passes him or not. We can see there, Eric, I think, in the pit. So, Ford Sedan, here we go. Wellstost up the inside of Moen, and Moen now still trying to defend around the outside. But the stakes aren't quite so high for him. He's still going to get that podium that he so desires. And now, as well, Eric on the back of Williams. Nothing at all that Williams can do to hold him off here, and is Wavy gonna have a look up the inside as well? It looks like he will damage on both of these cars, I think, but Wavy picking up the place. Very well done. You'd have thought that he had all the aero in the world to make that move done, but in fact he had an injured front wing. Here we go, his teammate Psycho
back row.
Very, very tight down into turn 4. The Dabs car just giving him a little squeeze. The virtuosi of Rawsey looks up the inside on exit. Not quite going to find the space, though.
Definitely. He was actually lucky to not spin the car that much, as we have a still custom battling for position on Maca. They both have DRS, but it will be custom on the inside, just changing the line to the outside. Let's see if he can do it on this chicane. Will be the Trident driver on the car of Sato on the inside, the Prema driver on the outside. Yes, he holds the position still. He has experience holding positions, as we had Chiri on the few early stages of this race trying to do a move. So will be custom, I think, now with DRS, but Maka won't have it. Will be vulnerable of the attack of the Trident driver. He's on the outside, as we have a lap car for Sedan, who almost scared me a little bit there. But yeah, it will be an easy overtake scene for custom.
Yeah, awesome stuff from him, and he's just done very well to pick up P5 there. Cherry ahead of him, like you said. Custom right now up 10 places from where he started this race, and it doesn't look like he's going to be doing anything to lose them now, as we are just 3 laps away from the end of this race. And well, what a race it's been so far. Psycho, he's got to quit in the pit lane, as we've got a few laps cars here entangling on the track map, so this train looks a little longer than it is in reality. But, well, I think now the drama has just about died out. Everyone's got to where they were hoping to be. A few drivers still a little bit of fire in them, but it seems, Alex, that this is almost exactly what the finishing order is going to look like.
Yeah, it seems like that, as we have this train you were mentioned. But yeah, Custom seems like he has more pace than Chiri, so I think, yeah, definitely he will have DRS on this main straight. We will see if Chiri has straight line speed enough to defend this move. But Custom seems like he has the run on turn 1. He will be diving on the inside. Chiri leaves the space open, but we will see if Chiri can do the better traction? Yes, he does, and he will hold P4. The Spaniard just trying to hold the American driver behind as as Cherry closes the door on this bunker corner, and Custom trying to go for better traction. He will not find it here, Unicorn.
Yeah, that outside line still proving very strong. Kulmanik behind them. He's close to the rear of Maka, dancing all over the Primus gearbox. And now looking up the inside, we saw Domi make the move, but it hasn't worked out for the Carlin there. Tapping the rear of the Prima. Neither one getting wayward, so all is good in the battle for P6. It has brought Eric really into... Actually, no, that is the back marker, sorry, of Sijos, I do believe. There, but...
Yeah,
Eric
I think it
not
was
too far
that.
behind.
Yeah, as Custom is still very close, he will not try it here, probably on the main straight, as he's 2 tenths closer than the previous lap. We have still Eric, sorry, not Eric, but Kulmanik close to Maka, and Wavy close to Eric. So we have still 3 battles as these drivers enter the second to last lap of this race.
Yeah, the penultimate lap, still a few places up for grabs, like you were saying. Custom, very tight to the rear of Chiri. Here he goes, looking to the outside. This time he wants that traction. Chiri, though, much later on the brakes, but a little bit too late, it would seem. He's opened the door wide for Custom, and Custom isn't going to need an invitation to take an opportunity like that. Kulmanik's got Maka as well for P6, and everyone has been waiting for this moment. The last couple of laps, this is where it all comes down to. This is where it all counts. And Maka here really seems to be struggling. Even the back marker of Sijos dancing all over the rear of him. Obviously, Sijos on the softs and with a full front wing as well will have a huge advantage over the Prima Motorsport car. But still, Maka just struggling after winning the first race. This isn't what he wants to be doing. He'll still pick up points for 7th place, but...
Oh, Eric goes super wide on turn 8, I think it is, as Wavy was trying to move, but I think Eric probably has damage or something because he understeered a lot on that corner. Wavy still closing the gap. I think it's the closest battle we have on track. Unicorn, as Wavy seems like he has a better exit. He opens DRS. Eric will be vulnerable about the attack of this Carlin car of Darubala. Oh, and Eric, I think, breaks a lot and probably breaks the wing of, sorry, not Kulmanik, but Wavy, his teammate. And Wavy will have damage on that end plate. I think it's the left end plate which will be affected. We'll see if he can still make the move on these final stages of the race as the leaders enter the last lap. He will open DRS, it seems, but still too far away of this Campos racing car.
Yeah, it's a little bit futile. He does have a penalty to his name as well. 9 places gained in this one, so nothing to scoff about, but still looks like he will finish outside of the points. It's been such a valiant effort from Wavy, but it seems like it will all amount to very little in terms of points at the end of the day.
Ooh. Almost losing the rear there out of that traction zone, as I think it was Caesar's unlapping himself, probably, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we have still this battle for points, as Domi and Wellstos and Moen and Custom as well have their gaps just stable, and it seems like nothing will change there on the front, as Domi he has gained 5 positions in this sprint race. He will be crossing the line, just waving a little bit, celebrating this, slows down on the line. He seems like he's happy on this win, and Domi will take the flag. Wellstos will be second here on the Charus car. Moen takes a podium again, back-to-back podium after China. Sorry, yeah, it was China. And Custom will take P4 just after overtaking Chiri, who holds Kulmanik very close, but who Kulmanik had, I think, 3-second penalty. As Maka jumps, Kulmanik and Eric will be defending Wavy, but it seems like, yeah, Eric will be ahead as Wavy has a penalty, so the other Spaniard will be collecting the last point here on the last race of this weekend.
Yeah, what a race, and what a weekend for the F2 drivers, and Zandvoort has really delivered this week, and the F2 is no different. Those were some very dramatic races from these drivers. Domi, a superlative drive, 5 places gained, really righted the wrongs of that sprint feature race, and, well, nothing to fault him of here in this one. He did have a little bit of a snap. That's what caused, I do believe, Neon a problem. Big shout out to Alex Budd for the tier 1 subscription on the 2-month streak. Thank you, everyone. The support to the channel means the world to us. Big thank you to Alex Budd for the subscription. There he is, Domi on the podium, and well, a very well deserved. I think that might just see him beat Maka in the weekend overall, because he did get that pole position as well. But some brilliant racing, Alex. What did you think of those ones?
Yeah, amazing. As you said, Domi will take first place here on the weekend with 36 points, fastest lap, and qualifying, just putting ahead of Maka. Well, even without these two factors, who will be still ahead, but by 1 point. But yeah, it seems like it was a P3 on the first race and a P1 on the second race, as Maka had a difficult sprint race with damage and trying to defend on Cherry and Custom. So yes, it will be a very good race for Domi and weekend overall, as he takes 17 points on this sprint race, Unicorn.
Yeah, Maka picks up P2 overall, like you said. Welsh Toast in third, picks up 22 points. Then Squid in fourth, his teammate Moen just behind him there. Neon, after a little bit of an incident there, he could have been so much higher, but he picks up P6. Kulmanek 7th, Shiri 8th, Custom 9th, and Backrow in 10th place. Then Eric in 11th place. The only other driver to pick up a point. He picked up 1 point in both the feature and the sprint race, and picks up 2 points as well for fastest lap in one of those two races. Then we have Wavy, Dark, Williams, Rorsey, Microlander, Cedros, Ford Sedan, Psycho, and Venom, all unable to score a point here. And remember, everyone, the F2 is a community event. It's open to anyone in the Discord, so if you're not already, the link is in the chat right now, so make sure you go and check out the Discord. Make sure you're in there so you get stream notifications, or check out our YouTube for all of the race replays and highlights, and as well Next Level Racing for all your sim racing rig needs, all the way from beginner to advanced level rigs. But I think, Alex, that just about wraps up F2, and I think that wraps about Zandvoort for another season. And what a week this has been overall, as well as this just brilliant F2 action here.
Yeah, not only F2, but be sure to check all the other divisions we had. It was a very intense races here. Tier 3, it was an amazing show, as well as Tier 1. And Tier 2, it was all dynamic this week, Unicorn. And I'm really sure we'll have the same next week on Spain, as it's my home GP. We'll see what all these drivers on these divisions can do. So if you're not on the Discord, just make sure you are typing !Discord on the chat. And we'll be so thanked that you joined this community. You will not regret, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing we still haven't seen at all this season, Alex, no rain. Will Spain finally break the deadlock of dry races? There's only one way to find out. Follow along, join the Misfits community. But that's it for us tonight. We're back Tier 3. Well, Alex is back for Tier 3 with Stryfium in the comms booth. I'll be racing in that one around Spain to kick off the Spanish Grand Prix action. But until next time, I'm going to hit you with the outro and, of course, raid a member of the F1 community. But thank you, everyone. Support means a lot, and we'll see you next time.
We are back. We are back with some Tier 1 action.
And that is the AlphaTauri of Adrian straight head on into the Red Bull. And the Kai Bacchini has joined the party, and he's on these medium compound tires in the Merc. This very late braking from the Ferrari. He locks up and he blocks Zamis. And who is that? That is Jean with a fantastic exit, and he is going to get ahead of both of them here. So I believe it's crossing the line now, checkered flag. Adam and Bajar in the first two to catch it early. Vettel now rounding the final two turns of 22 and 23 here in Singapore. The Racing Points collect the 1-2. Battery, there goes Ben the Bear now just ahead, taking the checkered flag, coming through the Casio triangle. It's still wheel to wheel between these two. Mick out with a great traction. Oh, what a run out of the chicane, and he gets it done. How's the exit for the Ferrari? Good so far. You can see wheel to wheel coming down the straight into turn 4. It's the Ferrari leading through. Ben wheel to wheel now with Revo, and he has so much pace in this Racing Point right now. It's wheel to wheel between these two. How's somebody gonna go? He's drifted off. Does the exit? What an exit out of the Williams. Does he get him? Then does a big snap. Jake looking on the inside of 8 and 9. It's It's the Mercedes coming around the outside of 9. Does he get this move done on Tim? This is huge. This is absolutely massive. A drag race coming through 10 now, down into 11. Here we go, and Zamis has the popcorn.
But Yukio tries to turn in, and Domi just says,
Oh, the stars.
just for a second.
What a move from the stars. That is the Renault of Van Putten up the inside of the Williams into turn 1. Freeway's gonna get Yoda. Freeway's gonna get Yoda.
Yoda wins the race.